I don't know which one of these seats I should take. Well, we beat a very good, Purdue Fort Wayne team. I mean, I've watched them and I've watched John coach's team for some years. They've been very, very successful. I knew the type of opponent we were playing when we scheduled them, and I thought it was great for our guys to be in this type of a game again, where, coming down to close the game, we're in a position where we're going to have to make plays and we have to get stops. And I thought we were able to really step up in that moment and make the plays offensive we needed to make. But more importantly, we were able to defend it, very, very well and rebound the basketball.
First off, congratulations on 150 wins at UCF. Your team shot 2 of 20 from the three-point line tonight. What do you have to do better in the future to avoid some of those mistakes?
Well, some of the shots we took were good shots. We just missed them. The one thing I have confidence in is my guys' ability to make shots. It hadn't happened, thus far, but that's going to happen. The thing about the season is it's a long year, and you're going to have stretches where, you're making a lot of them. You're going to have some stretches where you aren't. But as long as you're taking good shots, you're making connecting plays, and our guys are connecting with each other, finding each other open, and they're taking good shots. As long as we do that, I feel great. Because I know ultimately, whether you make them or don't, you have to still find a way to win. And I thought we found a way to win, especially defensively tonight.
Coach, congrats on 150. Tonight, Keyshawn talked a lot about how they couldn't get up for the game like they did against Texas A&M. Coming off such an emotional win, how hard is it for you to get your guys ready to play, no matter who the opponent is?
Absolutely. Very, very important, to challenge our guys. Of course, human nature kicks in. You have a win that's considered a big win, early in the season, and now you turn around, you're playing a team that you may not have known as well. From a player's perspective, we as coaches know, all these teams and the other coaches, so we know, so we're trying to impart that information to them. But sometimes they're young people, and they have to get out there and experience first, and then when they start to experience, they realize, like, oh, wow, they're a very, very good basketball team. This is exactly what the coaching staff was telling me, and you find a way. I thought they were able to dig deep and make the plays necessary to win at the end against an experienced basketball team. This team, they won 20-plus games last year. They have all their players back. They have one of the best perimeters, back as far as Jackson and Bello and Robertson. These guys are really good players. I mean, so I knew it was going to be a tough challenge for us, no matter what. And I thought our guys really responded, really well, and I was able to close the game out and get a good win.
Coach, you guys were able to transition from shooting the three ball late in the game to attacking the paint and getting to the free throw line a whole lot. What was that transition? Did you guys see something opening up to try to take advantage of?
Well, we saw that they were in foul trouble. They were in foul trouble. We were in the bonus and double bonus. And so when we saw that, of course, we wanted to continue to be aggressive. And that's kind of what we wanted to do probably the second half of the second half. We wanted to just be aggressive. And guys were able to get downhill, get fouled or make plays at the basket. I thought DJ was terrific at not scoring it, but finding guys, Benny, Moustapha, Keyshawn, in key situations on the court where we're able to make those plays and get finishes or fouls around the basket.
You mentioned Moustapha. So how proud are you of his takeover late in the game, especially at such a young age?
You know what? I was really, really proud. I commended him at the end of the game because often you see like a 17, 18-year-old, make plays like that to end the game in such an environment. And he was terrific. I mean, he showed a lot of poise, and that's what you want to see. I'm still learning about these guys. This is our second game, including exhibition games. This is our fourth game. When you have that many new players, I'm still learning about what they're like in games. Practicing games are different, and so I'm learning what they can do and who, can step up in those moments, and he did a great job.
Coach, congrats on 150. You talked about trusting your players' ability to make shots, and, well, they made quite a lot of them from the free throw line tonight, almost as many as from the floor.
Absolutely, and they're good free throw shooters. So we can get to the line. I'm confident these guys are capable of knocking them down at a high percentage, and that's one reason we want to get there. Because we know we can shoot a good percentage from the line. And so again, I thought our guys played our system. It put them in position where they can get to the basket and/or get fouled, and it's something that we have to continue to build off of. That's something we can't forget. But more importantly, I was happy how we defended them from getting to the line. I thought we defended them hard. They were hitting the paint. They were aggressively attacking us, and I thought our guys did a really good job of being disciplined and not picking up fouls in those situations, which led us to have a disparity like this from the free throw line.
You had Juice, of course, going 8 for 8 from the
Oh, Keyshawn's a terrific player. I mean, he's just scratching the surface of how good he can be, especially in a new system again. So I'm excited to see, where he can go because he's a three-level scorer. He's physical. He can get fouled, as you see. He took nine free throws. He had a double-double with 12 rebounds. So you have a player that can do a lot out there to impact winning. And I thought you saw a lot of that, especially in the second half today.
You also had Niels come up for a little bit of limited playing time, ended up kind of providing a spark with that shot he made early on. What do you guys?
Niels is Niels. I mean, I love his game. I think he what he does, he steadies us when he comes in the game. He can play multiple positions when he comes in. He can play the one or he can play the two. Of course, he's a very good shooter from behind the arc. He can also pass the basketball, and he knows my system. He's been with me, so I'm confident when I put him in the game, he's going to do the things necessary to help us win.
Coach, turnovers, you weren't happy with 8 in the first half,
Yeah.
13 to finish the game. How do you guys got to clean up the play?
We have to be stronger with the basketball, and we have to keep it simple. We got to keep it simple, meaning that as long as you keep it simple, the ball will move and it'll be safe. It's when you try to maybe force a little bit or try to fit something, that's when you turn the ball over a little more. So we have to be a little more patient. You understand? Keep it more simple, and if we do that, I think we'll take our turnover number down.
Keyshawn talked about you mentioning limiting Purdue Fort Wayne's offense and missing 9 of their last 10 from the floor. Just to be able to elaborate on that and why you found that very important.
Well, it's very important because coming down the stretch, man, it's really a tie ball game with about 4 minutes to go. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that, there's no do-over. In that last 4 minutes, we have to lay it all out on the line. And I thought our guys did that. They played with a desperation at the end. I thought they were desperation plays where you saw guys flying around like I like to see my team do. I thought they secured the rebound off of all the misses that, Purdue Fort Wayne had. I thought they really were focused and made all the right plays down the stretch. And the only way we could win that game is by doing that, and I'm really proud of them.
They had those down the stretch plays against Texas A&M as well. Like, what do you find that their strength is when they reach that type of state? And do you want to maybe have them not do that to kind of have the bigger lead, or do you rather prefer them in such a state because it produces better basketball?
No, absolutely. I think we'd like to be in a better position coming down the stretch, to be quite honest. But for me, what it shows is they have a will to win. When everything is equal coming down the stretch, that will to win, that desire just comes out in players. And I think you've seen that in our team. There's an unbelievable desire to want to win the game and to find a way to do that. Because like I said, in this game, it's not as if we were shooting lights out where we could rely on our offense. We had to rely on playing together. We had to rely on getting stops and rebounding the basketball. And I think that's a big lesson for this team. Winning a game like that shows that you're capable of winning games like that. And then you combine, when you are playing, offensively and shooting at a good level, then that just makes you, even more competitive.
Obviously, Benny's versatility and athleticism on defense is big. He ends up with 8 points tonight. What have you seen him grow as an offensive player?
Well, Benny's a really good player. He has a very good feel for the game. I think he's shown some of that, whether he comes in at the 4 or the 5. You can play him at multiple positions, which really helps. He can guard multiple positions. Of course, he finishes well, like I said before. And like I said, he kind of finds himself in the right places, especially offensively, where guys can find him for easy baskets. I think you saw some of that today. And I'm really, really happy that we have him because he's definitely helped lift our program and our team up with his energy and with how hard he plays.
Coach, you look at pregame, you see Jalen Sellers grabbing a basketball, dribbling around. It looks like he wants to be out there.
Oh, he does.
How close is he?
It's still day to day. He's not in a situation where, there's no timetable on where he is. We just want Jalen to be fine and ready to go whenever that time comes. But as always, I'm optimistic. I'm rooting for him, but it's just day to day, and we'll see.
I wanted to ask, I see Dior Johnson with a back brace on sometimes before pregame. Is he on limited minutes due to injury, or is he just trying to find minutes in rotation?
He's just keeping that warm. He's in a position where he can come out and help. He's just learning our system. I mean, he just ain't like any young player, first year, and he's just learning what we do, and he's going to have his opportunities because it's a long year. Those guys have to, be ready for their moment, and no different than some of the guys that are in the game now for us. Be ready for your opportunity because it's going to happen, and be ready to help your team, and I know he will.
Sticking to questions about injuries, Tyler Hendricks was obviously a big part of your rotation last year. He's missed both games. Do you have an update on his status?
Similar. He's still day-to-day as well. I expect him to be back, as well. I mean, it's not, anything that's going to keep him out, I think long-term. It's just that you got a little banged up. But I think he'll be fine. Nothing's broken or anything like that. It's just basketball, and, sometimes you get dinged up and you need some time to recover.
Time for one or two more. Coach, it feels like every time J.J. Taylor is in, he extends the pressure to full court. What does he do that the others don't to let you have that point of attack defender from the full court?
Well, JJ gives us, the ability to play a lot of different defenses, mix up what we do, his ability to, guard multiple positions, his activity with his length. It really helps us. And so, again, as a young guy playing his first college games, really, I think he's making a great adjustment. He's really helped us. His minutes have been productive, and that's what you want to see happen. You want to see him continue to grow, in that role as he gets more and more comfortable with what we do.
Coach, what does reaching for a win number 150 here in Orlando mean to you, and what do you want the team to take from this game as they face that big defense?
Well, when I look at the 150, first of all, and I said this to my team afterwards when they were congratulating me, that I couldn't have 150 without any players. I've been very fortunate to coach good players. That's given me an opportunity to get 150 wins here. And so really, really just happy that and fortunate that I've been grateful that I've been able to work with some amazing young men. So it means more to me because it's something that we did as a team, not an individual honor. It's something that I'm doing with each group of new players that come in every year. That's what makes it exciting.
All set?
What do you take from this match as you go on to FAU? What do you hope they learn from this?
Well, we have to keep taking steps at getting better every practice and every game. That's the biggest thing right now. I mean, it's so early in the season that I just want my team to continue to just get better, learn the lessons from each one of these games. There's something that we can learn when we watch film and talk about from each one of these games, and we have to be able to apply that in the next game and continue to grow. So that's the exciting part is coaching is, you shouldn't be a finished product in early November. It's such a long year. What we want to do is continue to improve in the areas that we think we need to get better. If we do that, then by the time we get further and further in the season, I think we'll be a better and better team.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Throughout the game to get them win?
Our defense kept us going because we knew we had to lock in on defense in the first half. They already had like 5 to 6 threes, and that's their strength. So Coach Dawkins just said, yeah, it's going to be nights like this where we're not going to score, not shoot the best, but defenses travel everywhere. So we just had to lock in on that.
How big was it then for you guys to get to the free throw line as much as you did to close the gap?
It was big for us to get to the free throw line because we knew we can just be aggressive and reject screens how they was defending. They have great defense. Like, they're a good defensive team, but we was just rejecting. They wasn't ready for it. So we knew if we got to the free throw line and get ourselves going, it was going to be a long night, a good night for us.
Moustapha, talk about your takeover in the second half. The team is really struggling to get the ball, and you scored 8 out of the last 10 points in what part of the game?
Yeah, I mean, we just got a lot of great guys on offense, passing the ball, chairing the ball every time, and then we just lacking on defense, getting stops, and then chairing the ball. That's how we scored.
How do you evaluate your shooting performance scoring-wise?
I mean, I've been working on it, and I keep working on it, and then I feel like, as I'm keep working on it, I will get better at it, and pretty much all guys in our team can shoot the ball, so we don't have that problem.
You managed to hold off the Macedon offense, getting them to miss 9 of their last 10. You talked about defense at the beginning to kind of catch up to keep yourself in the game early, but how big was that late?
It was super big. We was just talking about it in the locker room. Like, we know we held Texas A&M like 11-1, but we have to stop starting late. Because I think we just held them to 14-5 in the last 4 minutes. But if we start late, we're going to lose games like that. We can't just keep starting late. So in the second half, that is good. We want to lock in and take their strengths away, but we have to keep it going the whole 40 minutes.
You mentioned starting late. You guys shot 2 of 20 from the three-point line tonight. Obviously not the shooting stats that you want. How do you guys get better from that, and how do you prevent that from becoming a theme this season?
Go ahead.
I mean, shooting is just shooting, Pretty much all guys in our team can shoot the ball. So some nights you make it, some nights you miss it. So I feel like, that's what it is. But all guys in our team can shoot the ball.
Yeah, I just feel like you just have to. We're just gonna stay in the gym. You know, it's gonna be nice like that. We're not gonna hit a lot of shots, but we just gotta stay in the gym, stay confident in our shot, not let it get in our head, and just like Coach said, just let our defense travel first and forget the scoring, because our scoring gonna come. We got a lot of scores that came from other places.
Purdue Fort Wayne quite like to shoot from the three-point line.
Yeah.
29 of their 65 shots came from back there. How do you look at tonight through the lens of your perimeter defense?
Oh man, we gotta lock in a little more on perimeter defense. Like we talked about in our scout, like they're a great shooting team. They one of the best teams in their conference. They picked to win their conference, so we knew we was coming into. It's just I don't know why we started off late. Like we wasn't woke or something. But we just have to stop on any team. Just stop letting them shoot so many threes and like make them drive into our big man, because he's doing a great job sealing them off and like helping us and getting defensive blocks.
How big was it for you then to foul out a guy like Eric Mulder, who's a perfect 5-for-5, and like they're co-leading in scoring at the time?
I mean, our point guards and our wings just keep getting the basket and then keep giving him fouls. I think that helps us a lot. Yeah, that's all.
Talking about slow starts, I mean, towards the end, you guys left the three ball and just kept attacking the paint, get into the free throw line. What was that transition? Did you guys see something in the paint that wanted you guys to keep attacking?
Yeah, we all locked in, and we talked about it on the bench. We was in the bonus. So once the communication with the team know we're in the bonus, we said let's stop shooting so many threes. Yeah, if it's open, shoot it, but let's get to the foul line, because we all reliable free throw shooters. So let's just get to the foul line and keep attacking.
Keyshawn, as a veteran, how would you view Moose's performance through 2 games and his takeover tonight?
Man, he has a lot of potential. Like he can be a very good, like very, very good NBA player. I think he can get to the NBA very, very soon. So I just think he has to keep working. We told him in the summer, like, don't get comfortable. You have a high ceiling. So just stay at it, because defensively, if you just keep working hard, you're going to get blocks. You're going to play defense, and you're lanky. And then offensively, keep running the floor. Like, you should be the fastest guy on the floor. That's what we tell him, like, even faster than some guards. Like, just beat the bigs down the floor, and then your length, you're versatile. You can shoot the ball. You can post up fade. So he has a high ceiling. I just tell him keep working, keep putting muscle on. He's going to be very good.
Keyshawn, you had Jordan out that Jordan Curry out there with you, getting just as many field goals as Moustapha, getting as many free throw shots as you guys. What did it look like seeing him out there tonight?
Juice, man, he's just like an excellent shooter. Like, it's like when you know he's on the floor, you know he's liable to get hot. He's like a microwave. So anytime you find him, if he see one go through the basket, it's like, you know what I'm saying, his light switch just turns on. But really the real big thing with Juice is he's turning on defense. Like, if you see him, he's pressing up on defense and he's attacking the defense. So I think that gets him going. He has a lot of energy. So things like that just make his offensive go, and that just helps us as a team, him being a scorer too.
You guys obviously didn't play the cleanest game of basketball, having 13 turnovers on the night. Was there any messages from Coach at halftime to keep the ball in your possession?
Yeah, at halftime he was just saying, like, we have to just stop rushing, just slow down, let the ball come to us before we just like try to go and things like that. So we just have to slow down, and we know they're in the gaps. We literally scouted them, and we talked about they're going to rake at the ball. So we just have to slow down, share the ball, and not try to force some things. But it's a lot of adjustments where we can get better at. So coach is just getting us on us at halftime, just saying, as long as we just keep playing defense and not turn over the ball, we're going to be in a good position.
What was the difference between the Knights team that we saw at the beginning of the week against A&M versus the one we saw tonight?
The difference between the Knights, I don't know. I want to say I think we've been going so much at each other in practice the whole summer and things like that, that when we first got there, the first game against Texas A&M, we all had that spark in us and they're the big-time team. So I think we had that jump, and like we wanted to get on them early because we wanted to prove some people wrong. And today, I just feel like we kind of, like, this is a great team, but I feel like we kind of played lower because I don't think we were, like, fully ready for these guys. Like, we wasn't, like, fully prepared and didn't think they were going to be in here, give us a fight when coaches told us they were going to be probably picked to win their league in the March Madness team soon. So I think we just have to stay focused and stay consistent on the same path with any team and not look at any team lower than whoever.
This was Coach Dawkins' 150th win as the UCF head coach. What has he meant to you guys since you got here?
I mean, he's a really good coach, you know, been helping a lot of guys in here. Like, example on me, I'm a freshman. He's been helping me a lot, giving me a lot of good advice, and I feel like he's like one of the best coaches who ever coached me.
I feel like Coach Dawkins is just a loyal guy. Like, he's a loyal guy. He's a leader. He's a mentor. So with us, like everything we see him do, he's not just talking because he's done it in college. So that makes us want to listen very, very well. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's well deserved for him, and he's a great guy, and he's there for us off the court, on the court. He gets on us, like he's not just all like sweet and things. He gets on us and tell us about our game and let us help us out about different things. And so I think he's very well deserved for this.
Both of you are newcomers to this team. How would you say through 2 games you guys have been able to kind of coalesce together as a team? And is it a bit different between going at each other in practice versus in a game scenario?
It's very different going at it in a game scenario because you got referees, things like that. You know, in practice, coaches don't call fouls. You got to play through and keep playing hard. So it's very different in game, and we just have to keep running because in game win is different than practice. So, but Coach Dawkins tells us like our practices should be harder than games. So he makes sure if we not on it, we get on the line. Like so, he just stay on us about that. And coming together, I know it's a lot of new players. We just all have to learn each other. It's just the first 2 games. We just all have to learn each other because, like I said, guys where they was at other schools, they were all scorers, and some people was this and that. And so we just all have to come together and just stay confident in ourselves, but put our differences aside to win.
What about you?
Moose, what about you from the same question, but from a true freshman perspective, who's someone who's new to collegiate basketball in general?
I mean, yeah, we got a lot of different guys, you know. Like, wherever they came from, they were, like, scorers. Some of them were defenders. So we just got to lock in and just know each other better and just keep working hard together.
Keyshawn, as mentioned before, you had a double-double on the night, 14 points, 12 rebounds, but you're battling in the paint. What is your mindset when attacking and you're down low?
My mindset is just really just go at anybody. Today I didn't have the start I wanted to in the first half. I felt like I was I don't know, I think I was out of it. And so when I was mentioning teams looking down on different teams, I'm including myself. I just feel like I was out of it in the first half, and my teammates kept me going. And the coaches on the sideline just told me, don't even worry about the offensive side and things like that. Just keep worrying about defense and getting rebounds. So that made me just want to get more hungrier. And then when I did score and see it go in the basket, my eyes lit up. So I just feel like when I get down low and an attack, I just look for either drawing a foul or making an N1. So I'm going at people's chests, so things like that.
What did you both learn about this team tonight that you'll take with you as you face FAU?
I mean, we just got to respect every opponent we play against and just, like, go hard every time, like, level 5 competition every time.
Yeah, don't look down to our competition or anybody. Respect everybody, like Coach always says. So I think we're going to take that with us wherever we go from now on, any team, because we know anybody can beat anybody nowadays. So that's going to be a big thing this season.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Guys, congrats.
Thank you.